Alrighty, let's give this a shot. So we're going to be going through the third act. Not third act. This wouldn't be an act. We're going to go through the next part of the story of the Final Shape Legendary Campaign. I've made a few changes since the last episode. Decided to go through and kind of look a little bit more at my facets, and I should probably look up a build, just to make sure I'm actually using something that overall goes together. But I kind of like to just try things out. So we have switched out our melee. We're now going to use a stasis melee, and we have switched out a couple of our fragments here. Primarily, since I'm going to be doing kind of like a Bleak Watcher style build, I decided to pull on Facet of Devotion, because anything that we defeat that's affected by stasis or strand will help get us our transcendent energy just a little bit more quickly. And then I also picked up Facet of Balance, because anything we defeat with a light damage grants melee energy, and anything we defeat with darkness damage grants grenade energy. Again, that's rapidly defeating. And the reason I did that was because I've been kind of running this whole thing with Graviton Lance and with the Call, and I plan to kind of keep it that way. I might switch out the Call for something else, but it's probably going to be running this setup weapon-wise through the rest of the campaign. Maybe I'll swap out Retrofit for Edge Transit, but altogether, light damage, darkness damage, and that's just going to help us keep our abilities up as much as possible, help us get Transcendent faster, and hopefully help us just move through the campaign a little bit more quickly. You'll also notice that since I changed out some of those pieces, our recovery went up, and I believe our strength went up as well. So that's going to also help us get our abilities back more quickly. All right. If I haven't said it yet, there obviously is going to be a lot of spoilers throughout this. If you haven't watched the second episode or the first episode, I am going to reference things that have happened later on in the campaign. I'll do my best not to do it too often, because I know some people are watching this for the first time. All right, let's get this going. Let's see what we're doing here.
I came across some wreckage when I was scouting earlier. Dismissed it as another anomaly until Ghost described Ikora's ship. No one was inside. So if she's alive, we just have to find her.
Yeah, and that's always easier said than done.
I'm sending you some coordinates. You're on the lookout for something that resembles the cradle on Io. We'll start there.
Look at this giant stone here. So it should be pretty obvious. You pick up the heavy object, you put the heavy object here. Not gonna lie, I made the mistake of picking this object up facing this way, and as you saw a second ago, just started running this way last time, and it took me forever to notice, oh, I need to go over here. Thankfully, Bungie does put this little arrow here, but if you're, silly like me, then you might do the same thing, and just know you're in good company. Or at least, I think you're in good company.
We're not the only ones looking for Ikora.
The hive already bothering us?
We can handle them.
So go right ahead. I'll be here for more support.
Wow.
Wow, look at this.
That just demolished them. Jeez. So what I just did here, you see these little guys right here. You're gonna kill the hive, take out the hive, and you're going to then run around and pick up these little triangles. These triangles are going to fill up your dark moats situation here, and then when this runs out, we're gonna show you what happens. Don't die. Alright, so that disappeared. So you don't want it to run out. I just wanted to show you guys what happens when it does run out. It just disappears. But these guys respawn fairly quickly, so no big deal. Let's go ahead and just do this and consume our grenade, and look at that. We are burning through these, and we're getting our abilities and stuff back super quick. Alright, so let's go ahead and pick that up. I think you only need 3 motes, technically. 3 or 4. But then you just jump on this plate, you'll slam dunk it, and the door will open. You're going to do the same thing with a light version of that as well later on. Alright, so here's a new enemy type as well. These, you want to kill them with precision when you can. If you can't, that's alright. You can still kill them. However, I wonder if it's going to let me do it. Did it do it? Oh, come here. I think I can do it with this guy. Okay, let's heal back up here. Jeez. Alright, I wanted to show you guys that, and that's why I completely scuffed that up. So let's do that again. And let me actually switch my weapon. We'll keep using a darkness weapon. We're going to switch over to this because I want to show you what happens here. When you kill one of these things, here we go, if you don't use precision damage and shoot them in the chest, this thing flies out and it will explode on you, and it does a pretty good amount of damage on legendaries. So my recommendation is to either use something that explodes to take them out, or use precision damage and shoot them in the chest. If you shoot them in the chest, that won't spawn right there, and you'll be able to just have a nice, good, clean time and not have to deal with them. If they do spawn, just pop them real quick, you know? They're like little balloons. Little exploding balloons. But you see, shot him in the chest, and it didn't show up. Okay, let's swap this back. There we go. The only unfortunate side of showing you guys that is I now have no special ammo. However, it's okay. We'll find more along the way. Go ahead and pop these little dirt balls here. I'm not sure exactly what they're supposed to be. Just a darkness ball. Sounds weird. Seems weird. We're gonna move on. Just go ahead and shoot them. Get rid of these roots. And then you can look out and see where Ikora's ship is. Bum-ba-dum. She's still flying that good old Arcadia style. Very early on. First time playing Destiny ship. What a noob. Though for real, Ikora in the Crucible, I honestly would love to see like an anime style series with Ikora playing through, running through the Crucible. You know, learning from Osiris, going through the Crucible, absolutely wrecking shacks. I think it'd be great. Okay. So, here's how you get, as they just said, here's how you get your light situation, your light modes, right? You're going to use this guy right here to take out all of these things. You can charge by right-clicking or bash by left-clicking. That is up to you how you do that. C will guard you. No damage will be taken from outside sources. If they come in after you, though, there is damage. If you use your super button, you're going to shoot a charged beam of light there. And you don't have to do that every single time to get the light motes, but you can if you want to. It's fun. So that's what I did. And you go ahead and do that.
More hive ahead. Eyes up.
See who Arath's followers are. Of course they answer the witness's call.
Looked like somebody paid attention
You know, I really, I don't think it would do anything, but I am kind of curious if anyone has done it or not. Like, there is a darkness thing up there, like, back up the way we came from. I think it's back this way. I can't find the entrance. There it is. So what happens if we bring this back to it? I mean, I've never done it. I just thought about it, so let's go see. See a little darkness guy right here. Can we slam dunk into it? You can. That's funny. Does it do anything? No, that should be a secret. Come on, Bungie. That would have been fun. Even if it would have just like knocked you out or something. That would have been a fun thing to do. Alright, let's go bank these moats. Bank those moats, Guardian. Alright, there's my bad drifter impersonation for the day. I am really enjoying this build. This whole buddy build thing. I can see how people are like soloing raids and stuff with this, honestly. Especially if you had if I had the Hellion situation set up as well. There, I mean, it would be ridiculous. The amount of damage you'd be doing. Alright. So we need to do the crystal situation again, so we're gonna come up here. And we're going to pick up the crystal. Previously, there was a big glowing orb here that was keeping us from getting in, and that's why we banked those moats. And now we're able to get our key. We're going to go slam it in place, turn the key, and we're coming outdoors. There we go. Look at that. Something that I would recommend learning if you're a warlock, and I found this out not recently, but I always forget, is kind of learn your well placement. See how I placed it right over there? If you're using well, make sure you give yourself some cover when you're using it. It just makes life a lot easier. I know that seems like it should be something that everyone just knows, but a lot of us that don't play warlock just see the well class ability and just throw it down, and we're like, oh, why aren't we getting healed? Oh, it's because there's no cover. Okay, here we have to figure out which order to bank these moats. If I remember right, I believe I do, it's going to be this one first, right here, and there should be... Yeah, the path begins with light. Okay, so this is number 2. So what we need to do is we need to unlock this door. There it is. So, what happened there when we banged that moat is that on each one of these, a little arrow or a little beacon of light, a little beacon of darkness, energy, light situation showed up, and it let us know which ones we need to do first and which one we need to do last. It also told us at the bottom there that the path begins with light. So let's go ahead and take this guy out. Let's get our moats. There we go. And we're going to start over here. So when we slam that into the wall, you'll see there's one right there, and that is the beginning of our path. When we slammed the darkness modes a second ago, there was 2 on this. So the path is going to go light, dark, light, dark. we're trying to open up this door over here. Boom. There we go. That was 2. And you can see if you got the right one because it will say the fount of whatever responds. So in the last one, it was the fount of darkness responds. There we go. Let's go bank this. The fount of light responds. And see, there's 3. So the last one will be over here. It will be darkness for number 4. Boom. There we go. There is, later on, you'll come back here and you'll go through this whole little wall right here. And there's a thing called cysts that you do, right? And it's just like the idea sounds. And you probably went to immediately if you have ever been around anyone that has any remote relation to the medical industry. You gotta lance a cyst. You know what I mean? If you just get rid of the top of it, or if you just drain it out, it's not going to go away. You got to lance it fully to get rid of it. So, what you do here is you go into this little situation right here, and you kill all the enemies, and clear out all the darkness, and that's it. You lanced the cyst. Yeah, it's kind of gross, isn't it? Prismatic reward. So this is one I want to play with later. I had a threadling build at one point using swarmers. That was a ton of fun last season. Like I said, I didn't play Warlock a ton, but I did at least go through the Lightfall campaign and play a little bit of Season of the Wish.
Commander, Guardian, I hope you are both safe and that you found Crow. I haven't been able to raise you on comms, so I cannot be certain. You know I am not one to be moved without evidence. How did you put it, Zavala? Scientific obstinance. But there is an uncanny sanctity to this place. I feel an impulse. I seek to commune with the traveler myself. I sense if I reach out, that it will reach back. If not here, where? Find me. I'll be at the cradle. It's just how I remember it.
Station. I'm taking a reading very similar to something Crow and I ran into shortly after we arrived.
What, another charming gunslinger with roguish good looks?
A hive ogre. But it definitely has your humility.
Alright, so this Hive Ogre, what they're teaching you here is a mechanic you're going to use again later on. I believe that Vault of Glass might have also used this. I personally never ran it. I would love to one day run some of those raids like Vault of Glass or Taken King, but haven't personally ran it yet. But I believe that this whole shield situation comes from that raid. So one of the things you can do here is you can just hold down your shield and block all these things. So you can get the right shot at the right time, and boom. Well, we missed. Look at that. Sometimes you think you got the right shot and you don't. Here we go. Now let's do it. Boom. Alright, now we can take down the ogre. We don't have to take him down all the way, so I wouldn't bother using your super here. I would just drop down your well right here and take out these enemies. And then we just need to knock him down to that next little ring right there. He's going to dip out here in a second. See? Immune.
We've got it on the run. Crow, how did you avoid it early?
Avoid it? Clint, how many times did you revive me? 5? 6? 12? But who's counting?
Not bad. Can't be efficient, be persistent.
All right, so that was nice and easy. And as you can see, they all ran away to regroup. I think that if you had a strand grapple on a hunter, you could probably go around over here and take them out that way. It would be really cool looking. So if you're able to do that, go do it. Give it a shot. See how it works. Wow.
Wow, you're so dominant.
Can I not hit the broadside of a barn? Or what? This is also why I am in bronze and competitive. I feel like there's also another thing up here. If I remember right, in Patrol later, there's an Alone in the Dark that you do up here that's actually kind of fun too. So if you're ever trying to figure out what that is, like me, I spent, goodness, an hour almost running around. I get a little persistent, want to figure things out, you know. So I spent an hour is probably exaggeration, probably about 30 minutes running around looking for the entrance. It's up here. And then you just come down over here. Can't remember which Alone in the Dark it is, but it's one of them. And you'll be able to get to where you need to from here. Obviously, you can see it's telling me to turn around. I'm not going the right way, but just thought I'd give you that little hint there. Hint is probably underselling. Give you that advice there. There we go. All right. Let's rally here. And now we're going to actually take out the ogre. I believe it is done in 2 phases, if I remember right. So let's go ahead and grab this. You gotta kill these guys. Oh. I must have missed one of my guys there. My motes. Alright, take this out. Boom. There we go. Go. And then we're going to pop our super on him. Oh, no, we are not. That's right. We need our shield over here. Go ahead and grab that. But that got us enough time to get our Transcendent up, so there we go. Oop, that is not right. Just so you guys know, it homes in on your target, but it's the nearest target. So you need to get yourself to a situation where you can see it clearly and you can shoot above everything else, because if you don't, you are going to home in on your nearest target. As you can see, it is in 2 phases here. I do recommend clearing up these ads a little bit. I got stuck here on my Titan run because I was underpowered, underleveled, trying to do this the best I could. And I just got demolished over and over and over right there because I wasn't clearing the ads fast enough. So definitely take your time there and clear those ads. It's just going to make your life a lot easier. You see, you can see how quickly, if you're not paying attention to these ads or not paying attention to your well placement and stuff, this can become really overwhelming on Legendary. But yeah, don't rush, do the mechanics to your best of your ability, and you can one phase it just like I did just now. If you do rush and you happen to die, it's okay, just do it again. Take your time, learn from your mistakes, and just go again. That's the fun of it. You can do this as many times as you want, or as you need.
It's creating a path forward. Guardian, I'm sensing a surge in power. In both light and dark.
Hey, when we find Ikora, if she's...
Ikora's strong. I'm sure she's fine.
Oh, that's good. Great. But not really what I'm worried about. I was gonna ask if you think she's still mad at me.
For what?
I made a promise, then I broke it. I died.
That part gets me every single time. I get it, Cade. I'm a people pleaser too.
Get ready, Guardian. The Witness's forces are heading your way.
Alright, there we go. I don't know if this actually helps at all doing this, but I find it helpful to take out these things. The Grims, they're up in the sky there. So, luckily, we do have a great spot right here to just kind of pick away at the Tormentor here. Here we go. You will also have these guys here you need to take care of, so just keep that in mind. But you also got this little well, so not too big of a deal. Just something to keep in mind, though. It just hit me that I wasn't transcending when I was doing that. If you get frozen, for me, I have mine bound to 7 because it's one of my mouse keys. But just know know what button you need to press, because I've gotten the Tormentor down right there and then got killed by that attendant right there. I've also killed the attendant and then been frozen by their ability afterwards and been demolished by the Tormentor. So just know how to break out of your stasis.
That's the last of them. Let's get to Ikora. found Ikora. She's deep in meditation.
If Ikora zenned out, she might actually get some answers from the Traveler.
Thank you, Guardian. I thought that maybe here, maybe the Traveler might give me some sort of guidance, as it once did for the Speaker. I closed my eyes and I opened my heart and mind. I think I heard it screaming.
So did we, when we came through the portal.
This place.
We know.
The witness infecting the Traveler. Darkness combined with light. I wish Osiris could see it. He was always ready with a hypothesis. But here's mine. The witness brought darkness into the Traveler. Everything you see here inside it is a physical manifestation of a thought made real by the light. Your thoughts, mine, the witnesses. It plans to weaponize that light, reshaping reality outside the Traveler into a perfect stillness. A great silence, never changing, never dying. Imagine your greatest triumph, or your most profound regret. Immortalized as a part of a universe where nothing exists except by the witness's consent. It chooses what your eternity will be, and imprisons you safely inside it. This is its promised salvation. This is the final shape. The witness sees itself as the god it wishes the Traveler was. And although the Traveler resists the witness's corruption, it and everything we know will eventually succumb. I always warn Zavala not to put all his faith in the Traveler, to save some for the rest of us. But maybe faith in the Traveler is exactly what we need. If light is powerful enough to destroy the universe, then light is powerful enough to destroy the witness. Come back safe.
All right. Look at that. So we're going to go over here and regroup with the gang. I got a question for everyone, and I think I know the answer personally. However, Ikora has always given me the same vibes as Mace Windu, and I know it's all because exactly what you think. They both have really cool robes and like the color purple. So, in a battle, Ikora or Mace Windu, who's winning? Come on, nerds. Let's go ahead and answer that in the comments below. Be civil, be nice. But let's get to the bottom of this.
So, is there anyone else with you? Not Commander Zavala, I assume. This isn't quite up to his standards.
Hey. I did my best, all right? Given the circumstances, I think Big Blue will forgive me. Will you?
No. It's too much. It's just too much. It's one thing for the witness to look in our hearts and minds, to conjure up our memories, but this...
Hey, Cora, come on, look at me.
I see you.
I know this is hard. It's tough for me, too.
Tough? What do you know about tough? You are always running off to play renegade, leaving me and Zavala to shoulder all the responsibility when we were supposed to be a team.
I know. I'm gonna make it up to you.
All right.
I know you like me.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You still have a lot to make up.
Well then, we better get started.
Ikora has always had a strong connection to the Traveler. I think that's why she's so confident. Why she's never needed the faith Zavala has. She hasn't sought guidance like this for a long time. But this place makes you reassess what faith means to you. Ikora said our memories reshape the landscape, like the ascendant plane. But here it's pure. It's not a recreation, it's a reimagining. That's why the witness is here. It wants to weaponize the Traveler and transform the universe into a fixed state based on what it believes we deserve. The witness thinks purpose is a static idea. Its promised salvation is a perfect ending it chooses for us. That sounds more like obsession to me. You can't bottle life. You can't pin its subtleties in place. It's wild and variable, imperfect. Like the light, it shines out in all directions, shadows and all. Commander Zavala would agree. Come on, Guardian. We've got a fire team to reunite.
Evidence points to the witness weaponizing the Traveler's light to reshape reality, just as the Traveler once terraformed planets and created ghosts to raise guardians. What you've seen inside the Pale Heart is only the beginning. It believes itself to be a god of both light and darkness. And what are you, if not a god killer? Well, I didn't get that title, Ghost. Come on, let's take a few steps back there. The only members of your fire team unaccounted for are Commander Zavala and his ghost, Tarj. Locate them before the witness does. All right, everyone. When we get back to this in episode 4, we will be going after Zavala and his ghost, tracking them down and finding out just what they are up to. As always, my guys, my gals, and my non-binary pals, it's been a blast. It's been fun. And I hope you continue to have fun as well. See you, Starside Guardians.